Hey guys, and welcome back to Idleon, and today we have several new subclasses to unlock, as well as eventually heading down into the sewers to start fighting down there with poops and rats. So, should be pretty exciting. So first subclass here we have, I'm going to use my mage and turn into a wizard because I already have a shaman. So we are going to do a wizard next. Interestingly, though, the shaman I actually got first, even though that character was created later than this character. Just how it worked out, because that character was doing a lot of wood cutting. So now my character that's been mining is going to also come up here and get their subclass. After people told me to get my subclasses immediately, I am now rushing through them all to get them as soon as possible. So this character is another warrior. And since I chose Barbarian the first time, I think you can guess what I'm probably going to choose this time around. Unless I wanted to take two Barbarians, which I guess I could do if there's going to be more character slots. But for right now, kind of makes sense to have one of each class, I feel like. Just so I'm ready for the World 3 skill. So we're going to choose Squire. And there we go. We have a Wizard and a Squire now. And my newest character is going to get their first class now. So what will I pick there? I'm going to take Archer. And since my first archer was a bowman, you can imagine that character is probably going to become a hunter. So there we go. Finally have one of each class minus the potentially one of each subclass soon, minus the journeyman. That's going to happen eventually here, but I decided to start going through the sewers because I need more corn kernels. Obviously, they get used a lot in crafting Amarok armor, specifically the body plate. It requires like 1,200 corn kernels, so in order to have that for every single character I have, which is soon to be 7, I have to have a pretty decent number of those. So definitely have to do some farming, continued farming there. But overall, the combat training for my characters is going pretty well. I spec'd them back into combat, and I'm going to probably keep this character at combat until around level 50. And then from there, I will probably go specifically back into mining and try to... Or maybe I hadn't spec'd into that, but regardless, I'm going to specialize that character in mining for a little bit with a talent point reset once I hit 50. So setting up my bowman here, I did build some new armor. I got another Amarok body plate, so just putting the stones on it now, and then we should be good to go with that. Doing my daily stone collection as well. Would be kind of fun to try putting mystery stones on it, but oftentimes you're relying on armor for some amount of defense. So to not use armor stones on your armor, kind of, I don't know, you have to be getting defense from somewhere or not need the defense because you just can use food or whatever, or your stamps are that good. Here we go. I finally got the Roll the Dice talent book. That's pretty cool as a drop from the poops. However, I don't really understand how that one operates, like how it functions. Like, when does it roll the dice? You know what I mean? When does it roll the dice? And I tried applying a point to it, but honestly, it didn't really seem like it was increasing the odds enough to be worth it. So my thought process was basically, I'm not going to put any points in that because it doesn't seem worth it. And then what happens after you get the trophy? Then the points are just useless after that, right? Like, what's the point? You keep getting more trophies? I mean, I guess, but what happens after you have a trophy for every character? Don't you just have to, like, reset those points, or they're just wasted? I mean, aren't they only useful as long as you need a trophy? Anyways, so I didn't really put any star points into that yet. Still doing farming here at level 60, still doing farming at the poops in the sewer. Haven't done much of my gear recently on this character, but that's really just because this gear is pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I don't really need to mess with it. too much, and I'm not anywhere near the next weapon up, which is that blade you see on people's back there, the enforced something. It's called something like the enforced slasher. Can't quite remember the name, but that's the next one up for the warriors, I think. Good gains here from my squire, going up a couple of levels. So crab cakes has been a pretty effective spot to train. So is mimics. Those two spots I've used a lot to train. They tend to have pretty decent rates, it seems like. And they don't have huge defense requirements. This character, 11 hours here, 1.3 mil XP. Got a nougat cake. Good stuff. Good stuff. More gains, trying to get these characters above 50. And then I will probably specialize them back into their skills, which were mining and woodcutting for those last two characters. So then I can build up a stockpile of that. And at some point, again, probably will have to do more fishing with my barbarian here. Because, well, I'm going to need more fishing items probably. But for the moment, still focusing on rats. There are a couple interesting things with rats and the rat tails. And one I discovered is that, well, you need them for an alchemy vial. And I think that's the one that increases weapon power. So I think that's a pretty good one. And therefore, I probably will need to farm these guys quite a lot later on down the road. But for right now, I was doing some farming on them, but then I'm going to go back to World 2 so I can push towards the World 2 boss, because I'd like to be able to have access to World 3 when it comes out. So I'm probably not going to spend too long in the sewers for right now. So that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching. Maybe subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.